someone who's interested in nerdy things, you may have heard about cosplay before and might be looking to start. There's also a chance you have no idea what cosplay is and want to know more. So stay tuned to hear about what is cosplay and tips and tricks on how to start cosplaying. Your resident cosplayer from Project Nerd, where nearly everything is reviewed and discussed. Today, I'm so excited to finally talk about cosplay on this channel. I've been meaning to ever since I joined, and here we go. I am in cosplay for this video because I'm so excited. I love cosplay. I've been cosplaying for almost 8 years now, and yes, we're talking about cosplay today. So before we get any further into this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you are interested in keeping up to date on all of our nerdy content videos. We love it. And also follow us on projectnerdcss on Instagram. We have some cool posts and stories on there. So yeah. First, I'm going to be talking about what cosplay is, and then I'm going to give some tips for new cosplayers. So let's go. Cosplay in its simplest terms is an abbreviation for costume play. Basically, cosplayers dress up as their favorite characters from anything including anime, comics, TV shows, books, movies, video games, and even original characters. So, you'll be dressed up as a character like I am right now. And you should have fun with it. And you don't have to be limited to characters from established media. So if you have a Dungeons & Dragons character, for example, and you want to cosplay them, that is cosplay. That counts as cosplay, and you should cosplay them. So this is cosplay, and so is this. With cosplay, you can simply dress up as your character, or you can act as them too. You don't need to be in character at all times, if you are at all, to be cosplaying. And one tip is, especially when you're at con, don't just go up to people and be like, yes, that person is also cosplaying from the same series as I am, so I'm going to talk to them in character. No, you might not see really a problem with this, but some people aren't really comfortable with talking in character, especially, just random stranger going up and be like, hey, blah, 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 hey, Foo Fighters, wow, you really drank all that water, or something. Obviously it can be fun and everything, but, so we're just like, well, just respect boundaries, and, might want to say, hey, I really like your cosplay and everything first, and then be like, hey, say like one line in character or whatever, and if they don't respond back, just give it up. Don't keep persisting and keep going. Like, we want to respect people here. And and a bunch of live action role-playing groups are really great, and they're usually LARP rooms at cons, so that is a great place to to get all in character and be in character all the time. I actually ran a panel before about put the play back in cosplay with my friends. We did cosplay improv together as the characters we were, so that was a lot of fun. So definitely you can be in character, but you don't have to be, and you shouldn't pressure other people to be. Cosplay can also be a lot of fun in groups, and with friends. Not everyone starts off knowing people who cosplay, and especially people from the same series, but you can find groups of people doing photo shoots, either private ones or group big meetups planned by the con, or just like unofficial ones that someone made a group for on Facebook. One big tip is to go on Facebook. Instagram also has the tags for if this was last year and I was heading to Otakon, it would be like hashtag Otakon 2019, and you could see what people were planning for that con before it starts. But I really like going on Facebook and typing in Otakon 2019. There are multiple groups for it, and a lot of people will be like, hey, I'm cosplaying Stone Ocean, I'm cosplaying Jolene or something, and Be like, I'm looking for these other characters, you know, like I'm looking for Foo Fighters from JoJo Part 6, and you'd be like, hey, I cosplay Foo Fighters from JoJo Part 6. I'd like to be in the group with this person, and you would just be like, yeah, I'm free at that, you know, time and day, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna cosplay and do a shoot with them. If you're going to the con with someone else, I definitely do recommend that they go with you to hang out with the group and everything, even if they're not cosplay at all, just for safety reasons, you know, because you've never met these people in person before. But, you know, overall, people at cons are very nice and, you know, friendly and just very good people, but, you know, there are a few bad apples out there, so just keep that in mind, especially if it's your first con, and you're not going. And if you're not going anyone, just use your common sense judgment. You know, I've definitely gone around cons alone before and done groups alone before, but you know, just use your good judgment. You can find so many new friends from doing this and just going to meetups that the con has. They're like, oh, there's a Danganronpa meetup today. I'm not right now, but you know, say you were cosplaying from Danganronpa and you're like, oh yes, I'm cosplaying from Danganronpa right now. I'm going to go to that meetup, and you can talk and find so many people that are into that show and can talk about the show or the game and like be like, yes, I love these characters, and make so many friends. Like, I made one of my best friends from something like that. We were at a Danganronpa meetup. We just started talking about our favorite character. We both had the same one. Like, yes, we're like best friends now, and you know, we met at a con. So definitely a great way to, you know, have people for groups in the future to cosplay with, is meeting them at cons and at meetups. So now that we know the general idea of what is cosplay, what cosplay is, but what about putting together the outfits? Can I buy it somewhere? Can I make it? What about wigs? Do I need makeup? Is it expensive? First of all, you can buy pre-made cosplay, and you are still just as much as a cosplayer as someone who made their costume. It's just a matter of preference, and you know, yeah, just preference and what you like to do, whatever gives you the most joy. And some places that are really great for buying your cosplays online, maybe for about $100 or less, depending on the complexity of the costume. First, I'm going to talk about Amazon. Amazon is one of the quicker ways to get, you know, a brand new cosplay and pre-made one. There's a little bit of less selection than some of the other websites I'm going to mention later, but it's quick, and you know, you probably already know about Amazon. You just type in, if you want to cosplay Junko Enoshima, you just type in Junko Enoshima cosplay. So any character you're looking for, just type in your name and then cosplay afterwards. See if they have it on there. But Amazon's selection isn't the biggest and can be a little bit more pricey than some of the other sites. Next website we're going to talk about is where I bought my very first cosplay, and that is eBay. eBay is pretty great, and I always find myself coming back here when I buy cosplays. But you know, the selection is bigger than Amazon, and it's also cheaper. One thing you need to keep in mind with eBay though is there aren't really reviews on just the item itself, so you need to look at the seller's ranking and just see from there, and the pictures, even though a lot of the pictures are going to look exactly the same because they got it from, you know, the same marketer or whatever. And so just use your judgment, and usually they're going to end up fine. I haven't really had any problems, but I know a couple people have, so eBay is an option. AliExpress is, you know, very similar to eBay in that cosplays are usually very cheap, but they take a while to get there, you know, about a month or two to get, you know, to your house, because they're usually from China. Usually always they're from China if it's AliExpress, but eBay is usually from China too. So there's a pretty good selection on AliExpress, and it's even cheaper than eBay a lot of the time. And there are reviews on AliExpress, but not all items have reviews, because, you know, not everyone's purchased these items before, especially when it's cosplay, and not everyone knows about cosplay, so, you know, if there is a cosplay with a review on it, and it's maybe $5 more than the other cosplay that's also on there that has no review, and you don't see any difference between the two, get the one with the review. If it's good, promise it's probably better. So I'm going to talk about wigs. Wigs are a big part of cosplay. Like, I made this one, it makes me very happy. I love wigs. And of course you can use your real hair for cosplays too, but honestly it's usually cheaper to buy a wig than use your own hair. And because with your own hair you'll have to style it as that character and have it cut as that character and dye it as that character possibly. And especially if you want to cosplay more than one character for a con weekend, you're going to be better off having a wig. So wigs, you can, you know, get them on all the sites I mentioned before. You can get them on eBay, Amazon, and AliExpress, you know, for the cheaper side. And then for more expensive wigs that are higher quality, you can get them from Wigs or Epic Cosplay Wigs. Personally, I go with the cheaper option here and see if I can get one on Facebook Marketplace. There are a lot of groups on there that are like Cosplay Buy and Sell, Cosplay Market, and you can buy a lot of secondhand wigs and cosplays on there. And I actually bought this wig on Facebook Marketplace. I just, you know, styled it and added some glitter and stuff and added some foam to give it some structure, but we'll have a separate wig video if you guys would like to see that, so comment that below. But yeah, love reusing things, and it's good for the environment, and it's cheaper, so check out to see if there are wigs you can buy there first before buying it, you know, regularly. But what about makeup? It's definitely something you can do to look more like the character and bring a fun creative element to your cosplay, you know, just enhance it. But you don't need makeup to cosplay, obviously, but if you do, it's just a lot of fun. And even if you're a guy or, you know, you've never worn makeup before, I guarantee that you might like to try it out. I think it's at least a good thing to experiment and try out with. See if you like makeup with your cosplay. Also, colored contacts kind of go into the same realm here. I don't use them. I have tried them, but they're just, you know, expensive for what they are. Basically, get contacts on things like Pinky Paradise, Honey Color, you know, Uniqso, and they're like to make your eyes the same color as the character. But, you know, they're expensive, but if you liked that kind of dedication in there, feel free to do it. And just make sure that you go to an eye doctor first and get it all checked out, and, you know, your eyes, and see if you have astigmatism or anything like that. You know, you want to know if there's anything that could hold you back from wearing colored contacts. And you know, a lot of eye doctors aren't really crazy about you buying contacts online, but it's safer that you go to the eye doctor than not talk to them at all. But I know, you know, anxiety and all that can be like that sometimes, so just be safe. And I definitely want to go more into depth about making cosplays sometime, so comment if you would like to see that. But I want to let you know before this video's over that you can thrift cosplays and you can make cosplays. And you can pre-make cosplays. So with thrifting cosplays, it's easier than making a cosplay from scratch, especially if you haven't sewn before. You know, you can just add little details on there and, you know, fix something, you know, just paint on a symbol if you got a blazer or something, and, you know, just piece the pieces together. You go to Goodwill, go to the thrift store, online like Depop, you know, you got options. And then alter the things to look like your character, and it can be more cheap and sustainable that way. And then there's making cosplays, which, you know, is if you can't find a cosplay for that character, number one. Number two, if you know you just find joy in making something yourself, like I made this cosplay myself because I wanted to, and it made me happy, and I'm like, ooh, this fabric is very pretty, I would like to buy it, and make this cosplay out of it. So that's what I did. But yes, if you would like to see a video about making cosplays, let me know in the comments. You can make cosplays, you can buy cosplays, and you can alter cosplays. The cosplay on the left, I bought online. Cosplay in the middle, I altered. And the cosplay on the right, I made. They're all equally great cosplays, and they are all cosplays, so any of these options are great if you are looking into cosplay. So thanks for listening to me talk about cosplay for however long this video was. I definitely want to talk more about cosplay in the future, so if there are any specific topics you want to see about cosplay, like, you know, cons in general, what to bring for a con, wig styling, how to make cosplays, you know, tips and tricks on, you know, how to make things. And there's so many things that we could talk about cosplay. So comment what you'd like to see. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Liv, and this is Project Nerd, and I will see you next time.